My name is Joshua Ishaya, welcoming you to the program Back to Farm on your first agricultural TV station in the nation. The program Back to Farm is designed to educate you on the importance of why we need to go back to farm. And today on the program, we'll be talking about World Food Day. World Food Day is celebrated annually on 16th of October to serve as a global platform to spotlight collective actions and progress in building sustainable food systems. The official theme for the World Food Day 2025 is Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. This theme underscores the importance of global collaboration across government organizations, sectors, and communities to build a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future. In line with these gains, overarching proposed theme will focus on actors, actions, achievements. The campaign will highlight the diverse stakeholders contributing to food system transformation, showcase their tangible impact, and reinforce gains' role as a catalyst for change. During the press briefing of the World Food Day celebration 2025, the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, said the theme Hand to Hand for Better Food and Better Future came at the right time. He pointed out that the ministry has renewed its commitment for continuous collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO on the United Nations and other critical stakeholders to strengthen the Nigerian's agricultural sector while contributing to the eradication of hunger in the country.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today to celebrate or commemorate the World Food Day as a global celebration that highlights the importance of food security, nutrition, and sustainable agriculture. It is an international day celebrated every year around the world on October 16 to mark the anniversary of the founding of Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1945. There is a global action dedicated annually to strengthen international and national solidarity in the fight to end hunger, malnutrition, and poverty, and to highlight the need for food security and nutritious diet. By raising public awareness and encouraging the attention to increase food production, the ultimate aim of the World Food Day is to combat world hunger and make food available for everyone. And within this context, of course, we have done the work today. We were out in the field yesterday to inspire a new generation of farmers who will be able to provide sustainable food for us. This year, World Food Day is unique for several reasons. The year 2025 is an convergence of World Food Day and FAO's 80th anniversary. Likewise, the importance of global collaboration across government organizations, private sector, and communities to build a peaceful, sustainable, prosperous, and food secure future. And this we have amply done by the activities that were carefully packaged since yesterday by the organizing committee. As usual, Nigeria today joins over 150 countries to celebrate today. As we reflect on the state of food in our nation, we note that despite progress made and success achieved, many challenges persist. Adverse effect of climate change, which is caused by other people, but we are the worst recipients here. And I think it's a very important point that should be marked, that we are not contributing to the climate change phenomenon. Countries that are industrialized and are making a lot of money are contributing, but we are at the receiving end here, which is further compounding the already adverse situation in our development effort. Now, the adverse effect of climate change, like I said, limited access to farm inputs, post-harvest losses, funding gaps in the face of rising input costs, low mechanization and insecurity are major growing concerns in the region. And you agree with me that all these challenges are being tackled head-on by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who has told us to focus more on the food security challenge. Agric mechanization is receiving attention. 2,000 tractors, over 9,000 implements and other spare parts have been received, and we are currently working out the best modality to ensure that these implements, these tractors, will work for the smallholder farmer and all genuine farmers that are working across the landscape of our agricultural ecosystem. Attention, and as you know, in our cooperative reform and revamp program, we are also hoping to have a cooperative bank, National Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, to mobilize resources from the cooperative sector for cooperatives, owned by cooperatives and run by cooperatives, so that they can use the economy of scale to acquire inputs and other agricultural supplies for their members at a better rate. Now, in doing this, we also know that potentially there are issues that are threatening our food security and our most vulnerable populations. The economic implications of these challenges are profound, and we are definitely going to tackle this because we know it will have impact on our gross domestic product. However, I'm heartened by the resilience and determination of Nigerian farmers who work tirelessly to feed our nation despite these daunting challenges. Battling harsh weather conditions, pests and diseases, navigating inadequate infrastructure and limited access to markets, and persevering through insecurity and economic uncertainty. It is a testament to our farmers' strength and dedication. It is also a reminder that the backbone of our nation remains strong, thanks to the unrelenting effort of these unsung heroes, the Nigerian farmers. Now, let me also add clearly here that when we talk about infrastructure, we know the Rural Access and Agricultural Market Program has received adequate attention. We are going to have RAMP Plus with more than 500 million US dollar as project. And this time around, the innovation coming for RAMP is the fact that we are going to have federal component. The reason is we have been investing massively in various agricultural products or programs across the country. Now, when there are challenges around rural roads infrastructure and market infrastructure, if it is not the priority of the government where these things are, those our investment becomes more or less like a waste. So this time around, we are tackling these challenges because in the RAMP Plus, we are going to have a federal component. And we are grateful to the World Bank who has seen reason to give us that opportunity. When this come on board, the infrastructural gaps and challenges that we are talking about can be handled also head on to supplement what the state governments are doing. The other aspect is the enormity of the pressing challenges facing Nigeria's agricultural sector. Government has fashioned a clear policy direction to provide roadmap for the strategic implementation of key programs and projects. In this perspective, our policy direction is fashioned towards an increased agricultural output in the country in order to sustain the contribution of agriculture to the gross domestic product, enhance livelihood, and attain food security. Ladies and gentlemen, it is interesting to note that sequent to supportive policy, rising investment and strategic partnership taken by the government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, Nigeria's agriculture is now poised for a stronger performance. The present administration has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to tackling the complex issues of food insecurity, economic instability, agricultural development, recognizing the critical role that agriculture plays in our economy. And within this context, the recently released National Agricultural Performance Survey by the NARLS has shown clearly that there is growth in the agricultural sector in terms of output across various crops and commodities. And also, we are having a response because despite the dry spell, our farmers have shown resilience by adopting varieties of various commodities that are drought tolerant and disease and pest resistance. Now, the government has intensified investment in agriculture through various initiatives such as the Renewed Hope Agricultural Mechanization Program, which I have mentioned earlier. And of course, 2 days ago, we launched the National Farmer Soil Health Scheme, which is designed to increase precision for our farmers so that they can know specifically whether their soil requires the kind of fertilizer that they are spending heavy money on. So our blenders, the FEPSON, are happy with this development. They've been part of us. They are going to help us to now begin to have what we call location-specific and crop-specific fertilizer blends so that farmers can now reduce their cost and enhance their productivity. Now, the other aspect is the fact that we know the issue of extension. We have already flagged off the development of a national electronic extension platform, NIP, which will help farmers to have clear answers to their production challenges. The government has established the NADF, the National Agricultural Development Fund, to support growth in the agricultural sector by facilitating access to finance, fostering long-term stability through diverse funding sources. The fund's mission is to eliminate nation's agricultural standard and secure its food future. Between 30th August and September 7th, the 2025 Wet Season Agricultural Performance Survey was conducted. Like I said, the result is very encouraging. Like we said earlier, we are promoting all year-round farming. So even what we have distributed now, fortunately, I think we were somewhere where the farmers told us they've already done the harvest. Now they have planted beans. So that's to tell you that all year round, there are things that farmers can do. It is just to support them. And like the young president of GSS, Karu, said, give me a portion, I will feed my family. Give me a larger portion with incentives, I will feed my community. But mechanize my farm, I will feed the entire nation. So if you look at this, he's resonating with what we are already doing. And the beginning of the end of food insecurity is before us by the grace of God. The government is scaling up industrial transformation across the agricultural value chain through the rollout of special agro-industrial processing zones, supported by the African Development Bank, funded and other development partners. Phase 1, covering Kaduna, Cross River, Kano, Kwara, Imo, Ogun, Oyo, and the FCT of the 5-year program has already flagged off in Kaduna and Cross River in April 2025. The program aims to boost agricultural output by over 60%, reduce post-harvest losses by 80%, promote value addition, create jobs, and improve market access. Through the SAPZ project, Nigeria aims to accelerate its shift towards an agro-industrial economy, supporting broader national diversification efforts. In an attempt to provide rapid response, mechanization during natural disasters, conflict, or economic shocks, the government has unveiled a plan to booster the National Strategic Food Reserve to optimize stock levels. This is expedient in order to avoid crises likely to arise as a result of acute food shortages. The National Agricultural Growth Scheme, which is also another flagship program, is currently also being implemented through the agro-procurement component of the initiative. In response to the numerous challenges faced by smallholder farmers, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has developed short-term plans to make farm inputs more accessible and affordable. And in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's promise to ease economic hardship, we are supporting smallholder farmers in all the states of the Federation and FCT with vital farm implements. One of it we have done today. We flagged this off in Minna, Niger State, incidentally my state, and definitely one of the best things we can do because Niger State has the largest agricultural farmland, and we have a farmer governor who has shown the way to go. He's always out there in the field supporting the growth of agriculture. Now, this effort has continued in various states. I think as at the last count, we have covered more than 11 states because now we are at 15 states. All of this is taking place as we speak because we are identifying the Farmers Association, Commodity Association, cooperatives. What we are doing as a ministry is we are eliminating all those ghost and portfolio farmers. Say no to ghost and portfolio farmers. Is that on?
Yes, sir.
So because they have denied us growth part. So we are now getting directly to those who are doing the farming, just like you have seen today when we made distribution. We acknowledge that women and youth are important stakeholders and drivers of innovation, productivity, generational renewal, and sustainability in agriculture and food system. And we have seen that clearly with the Young Farmers Club that we gave input today. While recognizing the importance of promoting their empowerment in line with SDGs, achieve gender equality and empower all women, we observe that systemic structural barriers such as harmful social norms, inadequate practices, and limited access to land, water, and other natural resources continue to hinder their full, equal, and meaningful participation. In this regard, the ministry is scaling up initiatives that have demonstrated positive impact in empowering women and youth across agriculture and food system. The components of such initiatives include gender-responsive extension services, access to credit and inputs, and training programs focused on climate-smart farming techniques and mechanization. The ministry has adopted the Every Home a Garden initiative of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, to encourage gender inclusive and food production at the household level. In fact, when the winner of the FCT competition visited my office and brought items that she farmed in just her backyard, it's amazing what this can do. It's all about having the right tools, having the right knowledge, the skills, and that is what this ministry is promoting. And we are taking all of this under our National Urban Agriculture Program, and we'll continue to scale this up. It is pertinent to know that our country has opportunities to radically transform its food production system and contribute more to regional food security. And that is what we're doing, because even currently, we know most of the food we produce does not stay in Nigeria alone. It goes across to our brothers and sisters across the border. We have renewed our commitment for continuous collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural sector while contributing to the eradication of hunger in the country. And of course, the presence of distinguished Senator Abubakar Kyari in Rome as we speak is a testament to that collaboration that we are deepening. And we wish them good luck, and we hope to hear very positive news coming out from that. At this juncture, I urge you all to get involved by educating ourselves about global food challenges and food insecurity. Let us advocate for policies and initiatives that will provide short, medium, and long-term solutions to address hunger, food waste, and sustainable farming practices at the local, national, and international level. Let us be mindful of those facing hunger and malnutrition and take urgent steps to reduce food loss. By being part of the global food system, we must all come together to bring about the transformation that the world needs. Let me assure you that the present administration will continue to initiate policies and programs to transform the agricultural sector, because agriculture holds great potential for economic development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you also remember that the issue of rejection of our agricultural produce has been in the news of late. And as a ministry, we are already taking responsive action to tackle that. We are working currently under a technical working group that is called the Agricultural Produce Residue Standards Technical Working Group to look at all of this.
Also speaking, the Minister of Livestock Development, A.D. Mukhtar Maiha, urged Nigerians to leverage the country's abundant natural resources and vibrant youth population to boost food availability. He called on key stakeholders in the agricultural ecosystem to collaborate in ensuring that Nigerian produces what it eats and eats what it produces, thereby driving transformation in the agricultural sector.
And here we are again today for a press conference on the importance of this day to Nigeria. Nigeria being a signatory to FAO, which is also a part of the United Nations Organization, has set aside this day to raise our consciousness, review stock taking, and also map out the trajectory towards a hunger-free society. It is common knowledge that Nigeria in the last few years has actually taken remarkable steps to address the issue of national food security, and that these actions do not need any mentioning, but the culmination of Mr. President's deliberate action that is beyond mere administrative realignment is the creation of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development to give it a lesser focused attention on the livestock sector, which by any standard is a very good complementary partner to the Ministry of Agriculture. And that is to say that aside from actual agronomic practices in terms of growing grains, tubers, etc., we also need to focus on animal-sourced protein in terms of milk, eggs, and meat. And these come from animals. And therefore, and it is common knowledge as well, that the animal resources in this country have been performing suboptimally. They are still steeped in age-old traditional husbandry, genetically speaking, they are suboptimally performing, and in fact, they are a source of pain for us. And therefore, Mr. President has viewed all this and come out with an inspiring imagination and created the Ministry of Livestock at the federal level, the first of its kind in the independence of this country. And we are now saddled with the task, the mandate of Mr. President under the Renewed Hope agenda to transform this sector into a vibrant, modern, and globally competitive sector for food security, job creation, rural development, and peace building. This is what we have been doing. But when it comes to food, normally you look at the entire aggregate of what anybody can take safely and satisfactorily. So here we are to address today the concerns of our partners, to also dissect what we have been doing in the sector to make sure that we position this country in a very, very safe pedestal where everybody, all classes of people have safe physical access to food economically and safe-wise. And therefore, this is why we are here, and we are here to also synergize with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. There is no division here. We are partners, we have been part of this engagement, and we are not distancing ourselves. We know that the efforts are complementary, and therefore we are here to celebrate this day, to tell ourselves that we need to rededicate ourselves to growing what we eat and eating what we grow. This country has no reason to be hungry. We have no reason to be poor. If you look at our resources from New Market to Calabar, from Bodingada to Abeokuta, this country is blessed. We have the largest market, a very vibrant youth population, aggressive urbanization, and in fact, we have everything it takes to turn our population into an asset, not a liability. And this is why we are here today, to talk to ourselves, take stock, and also collectively map out the trajectory going forward. There is acute competition for land and water resources. And yet, our method of animal husbandry has not changed. It has remained the way it has been in the last 200 years. Open grazing is no longer sustainable into the future. And therefore, what are we doing in the ministry? We have recognized this. We have engaged the pastoralists. In fact, some few months back, we got about 34 organizations all over the country. We had a 2-day workshop here to sensitize them on these changes and on the imperative to change their animal husbandry methodology. Along the line, we have also discovered that we have 417 grazing reserves in the country, totaling about 5 million hectares of land. We have also communicated our intention to the pastoralists and to the state governors to rehabilitate these grazing reserves so that the pastoralists can go in there and be relocated. Invariably, each grazing reserve will become a livestock village with all the necessary condiments of life. Veterinary clinic, primary healthcare clinic, earth dam for dry season irrigation of pasture, solar light, processing, meat processing, milk processing. Each one is going to become a communal hub as well as an economic hub. That is the only way to go. We cannot keep on having animals moving from Sokoto to Calabar in search of fodder. The crisis is all along the path, and therefore this has to stop. We are not stopping it tomorrow, but it's a gradual process. We have identified the solution. We are working towards the solution. We are holding conversations with the key stakeholders, and they are agreeable to it. One incentive we have told them is today, if you are looking for 100 liters of milk, 100 liters of milk from Nigerian cows, you need to milk 100 cows. But if you go a step higher and improve the genetics of those cows, you can get 100 liters of milk from 30 cows. If you go to F2, 3 cows can give you 100 liters of milk.
33 each.
So this is the way to go. We are talking about animal productivity and compare the impact on the environment. 100 cows, 100 liters. 30 cows, 100 liters. 3 cows. In fact, I saw a cow that can give you 120 liters in Brazil. Just one cow. So if you are having higher productivity from lower number of animals, that means that you have less crisis in the rural areas. So this is the way to go. is not only restricting the movement, but also genetically improving the animals. And that is the way to go. And by the time you improve the genetics of the animals, you are also improving feed efficiency. These are cows that can put on 1.5 kilograms per day, daily body weight gain. And this is the way to go. We are also talking about feed and fodder improvement. In fact, between yesterday and today, I had discussions with 3 different groups that are talking about feed and fodder value addition. This is the way to go. And I am so excited with what the minister said. There is a convergence between agriculture and livestock. You talk of cotton, we need cotton seed cake for animal fattening. You talk of cassava, we need cassava beans. It's animal fodder. You're talking of soy, we need that. You are talking of sugarcane, we need the bagasse, we need the molasses. So in every region where the agriculture ministry is going to have plantations of these crops, we are going to have large ranches there to take opportunity of that convergence. And that is the way to go. By the time these things happen, we are no longer going to talk about farmer clashes. We are going to build the peace. We are going to promote social cohesion. This has to happen. But in the meantime, we are asking everybody please to change the narrative. The issue today is not to report or farmer clashes. How do we stop it? Let us educate people. Let us come with positive suggestions on how to manage to change the narrative, change the mindset of people. This is the way to go. And I think when all of us are on the same page, promoting the interests of the country, desensationalization of reportage, making these cases less emotional, this is the way to go.
Many thanks for staying with us on your first agricultural TV station, where we've been talking about World Food Day. World Food Day is celebrated annually on the 16th of October. It serves as a global platform to spotlight collective actions and progress in building sustainable food system. The official theme for this year is Hand to Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. This theme underscores the importance of global collaboration across all government stratas. On that note, we come to the end of this episode of the program Back to Farm. My name remains Joshua Ishaya. Thanking you for being a part of the program. See you same time, same station. Bye for now.